Mr Whittle, and I now call Ruth Maguire, who will be the last speaker in the open debate. Up to 4 minutes, please, Ms Maguire.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I think it's fair to lay out challenges in a system as important as the education system, and it's fair to challenge governments. It's also fair to point out that the picture could not be more different between Scotland and the rest of the UK when it comes to investing in education. Scotland has introduced and funded groundbreaking policy to support and protect our young people from Westminster's ruinous financial policy of austerity and public sector funding cuts. I hear Mr Whittle shouting outcomes from a sedentary position. The outcome of austerity is a child hungry and unable to concentrate in school, or uncomfortable walking to school in the rain because they don't have a coat to wear. That would be an outcome of austerity. Today, the opposition
Mr Whittle, please, not from a sedentary position. Thank you. Ms Maguire.
Today, the opposition motion focuses on the EIS campaign Stand Up for Quality Education, which is about 3 key areas: workload, ASN and pupil behaviour, all very important topics. Today, I'd like to focus my remarks on behaviour, specifically gender inequality and violence against women and girls in Scottish schools. Recently, the Education, Children and Young People Committee undertook a very short but valuable piece of work on Equally Safe and the experiences of young women and girls in education. I'm very grateful to all who participated. I want to thank them. The first-hand testimony and generous sharing of their experience and ideas was very helpful. It's regrettable that the committee does not have the capacity at present to prioritise further work in this area. However, the briefing from Zero Tolerance is a useful prompt in reminding us that caring about tackling these things is not just for White Ribbon Day, 16 days of action, but all year round. I want to thank them and share some of the facts from it with the Chamber. I hope that colleagues will recognise in looking to address poor behaviour in schools, there's a need to be cognisance of gender inequality. Gender equality in education will tackle violence, bullying issues with attendance and with attainment. Zero Tolerance Scotland have pointed out that almost 70% of pupils experienced sexual harassment in the 3 months prior to being asked. 34% experienced unwanted sexual touching. 6 times as many women have experienced serious sexual assault as compared to men. 55% of survivors experienced their first sexual assault between the ages of 16 and 20. And around 1 in 5 girls and young women don't feel safe in school. Girls of colour are less likely than white girls to feel safe in school. Teachers also experience this violence, with 1 in 4 female secondary school teachers reporting that they were sexually harassed or abused in the previous 12 months. Boys' violence makes girls feel unsafe and affects their school attendance and learning. Fear of violence impacts girls' ability to participate fully in education. Fear of sexual harassment, preventing a quarter of girls from speaking out in class. Horrifically, the report shares that fear of being raped, followed home and/or kidnapped affects girl school pupils' sleep, concentration or ability to fully participate in learning. And girls living in deprived areas are more likely to say that fear of sexual harassment holds them back. Presiding Officer, I see that I'm running out of time, so I can't share much more of the girls' and young women's testimony. But let me just say that I support Zero Tolerance in their asks that the Scottish Government recognise and prioritise violence against women and girls in all the discussions about behaviour and violence in schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms